Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Mera, Queen of Atlantis, issue 2 of a 6-issue miniseries. As you can see by the cover, this one features Ocean Master. Okay, in this issue we start off with Tommy, hoping that his pseudo-father is going to teach him how to fish. He did just start calling him Dad, and the guy liked that, but he's gone now. He had something important to do. And then we cut over to Mera, and she's having a dream about drowning after smooching her husband. Yeah, pretty messed up. And she wakes up, and someone's outside, and it's Orm, the Ocean Master. Orm Marius is an incredibly dangerous man. He is considered a very high-level threat by the Justice League, but Mera is Queen of Atlantis, and her husband is Aquaman. So she goes out to talk to him, and they start discussing what's going on. Ocean Master decides that he should be a ruler, because that's usually what he does. And she's like, no, I am queen. And he's like, yeah, whatever. You're not even Atlantean, because she's Zeblian. And Zebels are a different tribe of underwater dwellers. Like Atlanteans, just a different tribe. Atlantean is a specific tribe, as opposed to just being a species. Anyway, of course, she makes the mistake of putting her hand on him in a somewhat friendly gesture, and he smacks her and says, get your peasant hands off me. Goes downhill from there, because remember, she can't breathe underwater anymore. And where did he knock her? In the water. And she uses her aquakinesis to attack him. She's got him at her mercy, and then her power fades, because she's still recovering from whatever the current ruler of Atlantis named Wrath, the imposter on the throne, used his magics, and he wounded her somehow. So whatever he did to her is she's still recovering from, which is kind of the point of the miniseries. And she's fighting him, they're duking it out. This little idiot tries to get involved, and she doesn't really get anywhere. And there's a really cool sequence with, it's like a page-and-a-half spread of Ocean Master creating this giant wave, and it is actually a really awesome sequence. But just as he's about to do her in, someone shows up and stops him. But we don't know if it's gonna work or not, but he is temporarily thwarted by some moral confusion. And I have to say, I really like this issue. There's a lot of talking, but there is a lot of action as well, and the talking is all world building, actual useful dialogue. The type of thing that people would actually be talking about when you have two nobles talking about who should be ruler of their country. So it actually has a little bit more mature tone to it. It's not just useless blather like you usually get. So this was written by Dan Abnett, who is a very good writer, and pencils by Lan Medina, who did a great job, I thought. Norm Rapmund on inks, very good job. Colors by Veronica Gandy, very good job. Simon Boland letters, very good job. Covers really good. Overall, a great book. If you're an Aquaman fan, this is really, really a good supplemental book. It really defines Mera more. We don't really have a lot to work with her in Aquaman's lore. She's just kind of his wife. And she's kind of a developed character. If you go back to like the 70s when they were in adventure comics, then yeah, she was more developed then, but they haven't done a lot with her in the last 15-20 years. So this was actually a really good addition to the lore of Atlantis, and I think it's actually really well done. This issue I think was at least as good, if not even slightly better than the first issue. So I recommend checking it out if you like Aquaman or any kind of like King Arthur or Game of Thrones kind of stuff. It definitely has that sort of feel to it. Maybe not quite as in depth, but it definitely has a theme of nobility and learning your place in the world, that sort of thing. So it was a fun book. I recommend it, and I thought the art was good, so it was a pretty solid read. So if you get a chance, check it out. But that'll do it for me. As always, thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. Be sure and hit like and subscribe, and we hope to see you on the next one.